Hello, hello, and welcome to A Life More Boaty. We are here today, courtesy of the guys and girls at TBS Boat Sales in the Hamble, to have a look at this 1998 FAIRLINE Phantom 42. So very much a boat of its era, but equally, it has to be said, it has actually stood the test of time as a design very well. If I take a step back, for a 1998 boat, that's got a pretty modern look to it. Obviously, it lacks the hull glazing of a modern boat, but it's a very capable boat nevertheless. And as I say, Phantom 42, don't get confused on the 42 feet, because as you'll see when we go inside, the actual overall hull length, including the sort of moulded extended platform, takes this boat to 49 feet. So she's a few inches under 50 feet overall length, and you can see that obviously a lot of that's carried off in that moulded bathing platform with the tender on, you can see here, and then there's a Bezanzoni hydraulic passerelle and lift, so you can lift that dinghy on and off. We'll have a look a bit more at that when we're on board. New covers on this one as well, so let's go and climb aboard and have a look. Actually, before we go any further, we're going to go around the foredeck because it's just starting to rain. And actually, again, while we're here, typical FAIRLINE Phantom, they always have those little markers that run down the side. Nice decent grab rail up here, side rail, decent side decks, midships cleat. Do apologise if you can hear the wind. Nice big section up here for sunbathing cushions. Escape hatch and ventilation and light into the fore cabin. And then you've got all your anchor handling gear down here, windlass, foot switches over there, and then down below here we have the anchor locker. Don't know how well you can see in there, but plenty of room for the anchor, and again some additional fenders and bits and pieces, fair leads, anchor all the way forward, and there you go. Lots of nice big flybridge we'll have a look at as well, and then we have a matching side deck down this side on the port side. So if we go back down starboard side, big sweeping windscreen, wiper blades there, wiper blades, and so we'll have a look at the flybridge after we've had a tour of the inside. So quite nice, couple of steps down, you can see easy access to the aft cleats, takes you into this very decent cockpit area. You can see the entrance door over there, stairs up to the flybridge, access to the other side decks over there. Finished in a nice teak. The current owner spent quite a few pounds on updating this vessel. As you can see here, we've got a new run of light grey aft seating, full set of zip-in canopies, which obviously we've got on today because it's not particularly lovely. And then, as I mentioned, over here you can see there's access through this gate here, little cupboard down there, to the bathing platform, which obviously at the moment is very much tender storage, and you can see there's a better look there of that hydraulic gangplank slash tender lifting tool. So we just close that back off for a sec. You can see then here we have the controls for said gangplank, and again access to the side decks and access to the flybridge. But before we go any further, we'll just have a quick peek under here, because here we have a really decent sized lazarette. Down there you can see obviously my bag, but equally you can see all the fuel control switches, battery master switches, and then down over this side down here we have the Onan 6 kVA generator, but really decent bit of storage down there for your boat clobber. And in the same vein, underneath these seats we looked at earlier, down here we also have storage in there. A little bit more storage over here in this locker for bits and pieces. So let's go and have a look inside. Lovely leather sofa there with a fold out table. I shall just drop my shoes off. New carpet throughout here, and also underneath here, being a mid-engine shaft drive boat, there are a couple of Volvo Penta 63P, I think they are, putting out 370 horsepower per engine, but we will have a quick peek at those on the way out. So starboard side, that L-shaped seating, And I've got a feeling that that can be converted into a bed, but I'm not 100%, so I do apologise if I'm wrong. Fold out table, and again this is high gloss, so this is very much wood of the era, but it does make for a very capable dining space. And again, even the hull windows, not the hull windows, even the windows let in lots and lots of light. It's a really grey day in here today. And then over on the port side, little sofarette there. You'll notice down there, a little black hole, that's for the warm air heating system, but she also comes with full air conditioning as well. Lovely little drinks cabinet down in there. So you've got holes for your glasses, space for your wine down there. That comes on with a full fridge in there. There's additional storage in these cupboards for TV. Over here you can see we have the air conditioning controller. A bit more storage up in there. And again, those sort of squadron-esque lines that run down the side of the hull, and opening ventilation on both sides. And up on the helm station, which we will head next, I think. A couple of steps takes you up to the helm station. Under the helm seat in here, we have the distribution panel and the generator controllers and the trip switches for everything AC and DC. Again, nice leather helm seat. This whole seat slides backwards and forwards as well, so you can get a nice comfy position. The whole vessel has been refitted with the Raymarine Axiom systems, so it's a 9-inch, I believe that is. Might be 12-inch actually, but anyway, and there's a repeater upstairs of the same. And then down over here, we have the new Raymarine VHF and a remote control, which is really neat, which you can take on the flybridge, or I guess in the dinghy, I don't know. Very much throttle controllers of the era. And then over here there's a tri-data and autopilot, usual selection of Carling switches, and then your analog engine instrumentation there. But if you sit here, really good view forwards, you've got a good view out, and equally you've got a surprisingly good view backwards if you're stern to berthing. Plenty of room up here for two, and a little bit of additional storage up here for charts and bits and pieces, and then good old-fashioned binnacle compass up there. So we take a few steps back down, takes us to the galley. Now this is why these boats were so popular and such a great layout. Really sociable. So you can be cooking here in the galley, yet you've still got view and access to your guests sitting around here, as well as being able to converse with whoever's up there steering and navigating. I should just notice there's another little storage bin down there. So from a galley perspective, very functional, and again lots and lots of light because it's flooding in through that windscreen, so very open plan. Gas hob down there, gas cooker down there, and in here we have a triple burner gas hob. Lots and lots of surprisingly deep storage actually under the side decks in there. There's another one of them there. This, in case you're wondering, is dehumidified because we are technically in winter, so that's just taking moisture out of the boat. Single sink there, matched with a double sink over here. And there's, just for the sake of it, there is a single step, as you can see down there, and also again lovely wooden floor here, and underneath us is another useful but very large storage bin. Look at that, so you can stick all your foods and drinks down there. And then last but no means least is a bin and some storage in there. And then under us here we have a Waco fridge. And there was also some additional storage under that cupboard there. So from a dining perspective, as you can see, 2 steps down takes you into this lobby area. I think we will go forward first. Takes us into the master cabin, which we're immediately greeted by this surprisingly wide double berth. Storage underneath in the form of a couple of drawers. A couple of steps up either side takes you over to the side of the bed, and on each side of the bed there is a really neat little vanity unit, opening port light, which matches the deck hatch that we looked at earlier, which then comes with a fly screen. Bit of mirroring across the back of the bed to throw the light forward, and then we have wardrobes on both sides. So wardrobe in there, as you can see here, another one of those little vanity units there. Another wardrobe in there. And the door behind us here is the door that takes us into the heads. But it's interesting, you'll notice it's split into almost like a mini barn door. And the reason for that is, if the door was full height, it wouldn't clear the bottom of that step as we open that door. So what that does is that then gives you the ability to have a full-size door, but also a cutaway for the step. And then that takes us directly into the ensuite heads. Loo down here, which is quite neat, but that's then covered so that when you're showering, along with your loo roll down here, that's not all going to get wet. Big storage unit up here for your, wherever we are, there you go, toothpastes and the like. And then really nice to see a completely self-contained shower. So this little door revolves around that track at the bottom and completely closes that in. And then up here we have a little vanity unit, sink, cupboard below, and a mirror. But there is very, very good headroom right the way through here. So you can see I'm 1.7 m, there's plenty of headroom. And if I step back into the cabin here as well, right by the door, open the door out a bit, again 1.7 m, and so there's plenty of headroom there. Now that heads is for the 4 cabin only. There is a separate heads in here, it's the second door along, which is then shared by the second cabin in there. And you can see there's a Jack and Jill door for that as well into the second cabin. Same sort of layout and format as the master, with a little hidden loo in there, because this is a completely open shower. Self-draining tread down there, you can see the shower controller down there, shower curtain here, lovely moulded sink with a mirror, and then again more storage over here. There is a little porthole underneath for a bit of light and ventilation, and a nice decent sized mirror in there. So if we turn ourselves around and head back out, and we then go into the second door here, which takes us into the guest cabin. So this is currently set up as 2 single berths, and for the sake of it, this is a very, very large bean bag they've got on here. But you can see there is a section in the middle, which I'm guessing you could infill if you wanted to make this a double. Light and ventilation coming in through those windows over there. And if I sit on the bed, there is sitting headroom like that. And obviously if I slide under here, I lose a little bit of the headroom, and right by the head of the bed there is a bit less headroom, but still plenty to read. And again, back in the main entrance area here, bags and bags of headroom. And if I spin it round, we've then got the door behind us here that takes us into that hedge we've just come from. And for the sake of it, there is another little, I say little, actually surprisingly large wardrobe in there. So if I spin us round, we head back out, and you can see dotted around the place are vents for the air conditioning, and in that situation, that one there is for the warm air heating. So back through the galley, back into the saloon, and we will go and have a look on the flybridge. So lovely hatch brings us up onto this really incredible flybridge. If I go right to the back corner here, hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of the size and space here. Quite a lot of space actually at the back for whatever you fancy. Lounging, toy storage, paddle boards, steamer chairs, that sort of thing. Now at the back here you can see recently been added a Raymarine quantum enclosed radar, and then there's the GPS there, nav lights. Life raft over here. There's a really funky stairs we've just come up, and a beautiful, really nice C-shaped seating area. Again, recently covered to match the seating downstairs in the cockpit. Teak table for dining, and then over here we have the helm station. Again, same seating there. There is storage underneath here, so you can chuck your covers in or anything you fancy in there. You'll notice over there, there's the charger and controller for the Raymarine handheld VHF that we looked at downstairs. And dash layout very much the same as below. Throttle controllers, searchlight, trim tabs and the like down there. And then over here we have the auto helm and the another one of those Raymarines linked up to downstairs, and obviously being fed from the radar as well. And then engine stop starts over here, and your usual selection of analog switches. Now I stand up on this rather windy day, you can see from here what a great view you've got forwards, down the sides, and also through into the stern there. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed that. For those who want to hang around, we will go and have a quick peek at the engine bay, and for those who don't, thank you very much. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. Do please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time round. So I'm just going to have to move some of these bits and pieces around to get to the engines, and we'll have a quick look. So here we have the engines. Now these are a couple of Volvo Penta, as you can see here, TAMD 63Ps. So they are 370 horsepower each, and they are running on shafts. I don't know if I twist the camera down here, whether you can see that. There you go, there's the shaft. And I believe those bearings are relatively new, 22 I think they were fitted. So this is going to give you a comfortable cruise around about 22, 23 knots, and a maximum speed, depending on how clean she is on the bottom, of probably late 20s to 28, 29. A good day you might squeeze into the 30s. And for the sake of it, there is the second engine down there. Now I have done many miles on these types of engines, TMD engines, and they are, in my opinion, pretty bulletproof. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. Do please like and subscribe. We'll say a very big thank you to the guys at TBS Boat Sales, and obviously the owner, for letting us have a look around, and I look forward to seeing you next time around.